square type problems, which no one likes. Let's let this thing load up. There it is. Got it. Okay. So when you're completing the square, you might have seen some formulas in class. I'm not big on formulas unless we have to. First thing you look at is this middle number here, and you have to cut it in half. What is 28 divided by 2?
16.
14.
14, yeah.
And then to go back to C, you have to square it. So 14 squared.
2.
So that's like 14 times 14. And this is one of those where it's kind of right on the edge of whether you should know it. If you're allowed to use a calculator, I don't recall if you're allowed to, but you could punch that in. It is 196. So that is the value.
You would move the 2 over from the X and square it.
No. The 2 is the problem number. 2 is completely unrelated. Forget about that.
No, not that. The 2 over the X.
Oh, nothing to do with that. You look at the middle number, cut it in half. Okay. And then you square it to get C.
Okay.
So let me give you an easier one, smaller numbers, basically.
14, and then you do 14 squared, which is 96.
Yeah. So it's a very simple algorithm recipe, if you will.
Yeah.
Let's try another one. Let's go x squared plus 10x plus C. So you take this number here, the 10, and you cut it in half. What's 10 cut in half?
5.
5, and then you square it.
5 squared equals 25, so that would just be
that's the value of C. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's look at another one here. X squared plus 16x plus C.
16x plus C. Chop that in half. 8 times 8 is 64. Is it?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah. So you really got to know your table of squares. You know your
I can use
squareds.
a calculator.
Okay. And if you have one, please grab it. Okay. So now there's other style of problem you will see here. Let's go back and look at number 1. Sometimes it's a negative in front. So it's negative 24 in this one. You still cut it in half. So you still divide by 2, which is negative 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you square it, it's the whole thing squared. It's negative 12 squared. So it's always positive in this case.
Okay.
So it's negative 12 times negative 12, which becomes positive 144.
Okay.
Okay, so let me give you another example like this. Let's say it's x squared minus 6x plus C. You're going to take half of negative 6. Which is negative 3. And then you're going to square it. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. Any questions?
Yeah, this one's pretty easy, but
okay, so it gets harder.
The main thing is definitely the solve each equation by completing the square.
Okay, it does get a little harder, and we
should
just
I know that's what we were doing mostly in class today, and it's
so just one more, because I before we go into solving,
okay.
Because all the numbers I chose were even.
Yeah.
3 or they were even when you cut them in half. So when you take 3 and divide it by 2, it's no longer a friendly number. It's a fraction.
It's 1.5. So
well, you actually write that, and then you got to square it. So 3 halves squared means, just like before, you multiply it by itself.
Would it be 9 over 4?
Yeah, like that. All right, so now let's go and do the completing the square problems. Okay, so we'll start with number 8. Okay, so normally like this 13 might be on the left side of the equation. Since it's on the right side, it's already in the place we want it. I'm going to write this slightly differently. X squared plus 12x, leave a space, equals 13 plus leave a space.
Okay.
All right. So what does this mean? Well, the whole thing that we've been doing is trying to find the number that goes here. So what number goes here? That's the C.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take that 12 and you cut it in half. What is 12 cut in half?
6.
6. And then when you square it,
36.
so it's 36 and 36. They have to match.
Okay. Okay. Is this just your own problem you made, or oh no, it's 8. Sorry.
Number eight.
Sorry.
Okay. So now this is where on the left, you have to recognize that this is always a perfect square trinomial on the left. So
Yeah.
this thing on the left is what's called a perfect square trinomial. And here's how it factors. It becomes parentheses x, and then it's based on this sign here, the one in front of the 12, plus, and then you take the square root of the last number, which is 36, and you square it. So the idea is that this thing on the left here always becomes a perfect square trinomial.
Yeah.
And you can always factor it the way I've done here.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Equals 39.
Okay.
All right. All right. So now to solve from here, that like we're done completing the square. Okay. And we probably should actually do a few more problems, but actually let's do that. Yeah, let's do a couple more problems here before we jump into
Okay.
how to actually solve them, because this needs to be really clear what we're doing. So let's look at number 10. X
So you
squared.
first start out with cutting down 8, right?
But you actually move this 9 to the other side of the equation.
Oh, okay, I see.
X squared plus 8x, leave a space, equals minus 9, leave a space. And then, like you said, you're going to cut down the 8.
Yeah. 2x squared plus, wait, no, 4.
So you're going to cut the 8 in half.
Yeah.
And then you square it.
Okay.
What is 4 squared?
18. You know,
Try it.
16.
16. So you're going to add 16, add 16. It's got to be the same on both sides.
On each side too.
Yes, it's like you and your brother get the same, I don't know, ice cream cone. Both get an ice cream cone. I don't know. Okay, now again, on the left, this is always a perfect square trinomial. Okay, minus 9 plus 16 is 7. So it's a perfect square trinomial.
Wait, you do 9 minus 16.
Minus 9 plus 16.
Oh, okay.
Again, if you're allowed to use a calculator, have one out, use it, no problem there. Now on the left side always factors because it's a perfect square trinomial. Okay, so it becomes x, always is x, and then you look at the last number here, square root of 16 is 4, and then the sign comes from this one right here, squared.
And why do you do squared after?
The reason is when you're factoring a trinomial, this is a trinomial, when you factor it, the square means to multiply this by itself. So if you were to kind of come off to the side here and take x plus 4 and multiply it times x plus 4, you get x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16 through FOIL, x squared plus 8x plus 16.
Okay. Man, this paper is so small. It's so long.
Well, I think the idea is that they print it on one page and you work it out on multiple
Yeah,
pages.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of dumb for not doing it.
You don't, just, I hope you're not one of those people that worries about, well, if I use a lot of paper, the paper's already been, the trees are already gone. They've already been cut down.
Yeah.
We're gonna, I don't even know if this comes from real trees anymore, who knows?
Yeah, seriously.
So that's a different class. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that. All right. So what I have to be able to get you to do as part of this lesson is to manipulate some equations. So let me give you another one to look at here. X squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. This is kind of like the last one. Okay. So let's go back and look at what we did in the first step in the
So
last
you
one.
first subtract 3.
Yes.
So that'd be x squared plus 4x blank equals -3 blank.
Yes.
Okay, and then next you would get 4 into 2, and then 2 times 2, which is 2 squared, is 4.
So you're going to add 4 to both
Add 4 to
sides.
both sides. And then you do -3 plus 4.
Yes.
Okay, so then you get 1. x2 plus 4x plus 4 equals 1. And then you make the parentheses, right?
Yeah. So you parentheses is always a squared.
And you do x plus 4 or 1?
It's the square root of this last number.
Yeah, it's 4.
Square root of 4 is not 4. Square root of 4.
Oh, sorry. 16.
You're squaring. I want the square root of 4. I want the square root of 4. Two
Yeah.
numbers that multiply together to give you 4.
Oh, 2.
Okay.
Oh, then you wait, it's called square rooting, right? Because I get
Well,
confused with the
yeah, square root versus the first one is a square
okay.
root. One, it's like walk, sidewalk, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're different.
Yeah, I get confused with the root and then over square and then square root.
Okay, so I want to show you something really important here. This 2 right here matches this 2 right here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
In the previous problem, we put 4. That 4 matched this 4, which came from the 8.
Yeah.
Then in the previous problem, this 6 matches the 6 here. Are you seeing the pattern?
Yeah.
The number that you cut in half this number you cut in half ends up going down in here.
Yeah.
You cut 8 in half, 4, look where the 4 ended up, down there.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 cut in half 2 end up going down in here.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's try another one here. X squared plus 14x plus 39 equals 0. You want to try this on your own?
Yeah, sure. x2 plus 14x 39 equals 0. So first subtract 39 from each side. You do x2 plus 14x blank -39 blank equals -39 blank. And then you do half of 14, right?
Right.
And then that is 8. No. Oh my gosh. 4.
7. You got a calculator, like Remy, go grab a calculator if you don't have
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I mean, you can use your phone, but just use,
I can't believe I can't think of this sometimes.
it's not doesn't matter. You just gotta get the right answer. Doesn't matter if you can't do it right now.
Yeah.
You're tired, whatever. Just give me the right number.
Okay. Then x and then 14 times, or no, oh my gosh, 7. 7 times 7. You do 7 times 7, which is 49. So you add 49 in both spots plus 49. Then you do 39 plus 49, which is 10. x2 plus 14, or oh my gosh, 7. And then you get the parentheses and you do x plus. Ooh. Yeah, x plus, you do x, wait, equals. My work is so sloppy right now. You take the 49 and then you do what times what equals 49, right?
That's right, but you already know the answer because it's right here.
Yeah, it's 7, so x plus 7.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
All right. Do you feel like you have that down?
Well, I could do one more if
Okay,
that's.
let's do one more and then we'll switch to the negative sign case. Let's go x squared plus 10x plus 24 equals 0.
You first. Subtract 4. 2 plus 10x equals. Here. Base equals 24 negative 24. Wait, what? Oh, and then space again. Okay, 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 1. The final would be um the final answer would be x plus 5 squared equals 1.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna just step away for 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so new problem here. To look at, we're gonna look at number 7 on your sheet there. And
Okay.
it's a small variation on what we've been doing.
Okay.
But let's see here. So again, you move that number over to the right. So this is x squared minus 14x, leave a space, equals minus 24. Okay.
Okay.
Now this time there's a negative in front. Okay, but it really doesn't impact anything because you still have to take half of this number. Half of this number is negative 7.
Yeah.
Okay, now when you square it, you're multiplying negative 7 by itself,
Okay.
which is
Is there another way to do this?
no.
No. Okay.
I mean, there's another way to show you that might look different, but it's really the same. You still
Okay.
gotta do these steps.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is negative 7 times negative 7?
Negative 49 or positive 49.
Positive 49. So that's plus 49 plus 49. Okay. Now you have x squared minus 14x plus 49 equals 25.
Yeah.
Now on the left becomes something squared. This time though, it's minus. It comes from this right here.
Okay.
But the number comes from the square root of 49,
It's just 7.
which is 7, equals 25. Okay. So now we're going to solve this. Okay. Okay. So to solve this, you're going to take the square root of both sides of the equation. Square root plus or minus.
Okay. And then you keep going.
Yeah, so this becomes x minus 7 equals
Yeah, this
plus
is,
or
I
minus.
recognize this a lot in class. This is what we
Okay,
do.
plus or minus 5. I mean, this is the easy part relative to what you've been doing. And now it's two
Why
equations.
is it the plus minus like thing? Like I'm always confused on that.
Well, so the explanation is sort of like if you know, will it really help you to do this? Like you have to do this every time, but like, will the explanation help you? I guess is my question. Like, if I give you the real answer, does it really change anything?
Yeah,
Okay, so here's the real answer. X squared equals 4. Okay, here's a graph of that. Let's yeah, that's fine. Let's do it that way. Let's just change this a little bit here. Okay, so the graph of x squared looks like this.
yeah,
All right, and it hits here. There's two solutions. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, now the square root of x squared is actually the absolute value of x.
yeah,
The square root of 4 is 2, not plus or minus 2.
yeah,
But the absolute value of x becomes, remember the two cases?
yeah. Case one, case two.
So teachers, for some reason, our education system stopped teaching it this way. And they want you just to write, instead of all this, they want you to go from this line to write square root of x squared equals plus or minus square root of 4. But this is not correct. What's correct is it's the absolute value of x equals 2, and then you have the plus case and the minus case.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay.
But it's been taught this way for so long, nobody seems to care anymore.
Yeah.
It's a side point. Okay. So you have to do kind of case 1, case 2, x minus 7 equals 5, x minus 7 equals minus 5, and solve.
Okay.
So you're going to add 7 to both sides.
Wait,
X
so
equals 12.
am I gonna be doing that like
Yes.
on my test like that way?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The way I've showed you here is how you want to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick in the time we have left, let's say it's x minus 2 squared equals 16. If you take the square root of both sides, you get x minus 2 equals plus or minus 4. You have two equations here, x minus 2 equals 4, x minus 2 equals minus 4. Add 2 to both sides, and you get your two answers, x equals 6, x equals minus 2.
Yep.
All right, so we can do more of this next time, but we do have to stop here.